Hello there, welcome back to my bench. Hugh here. In this tutorial I'm going to tie you up a terrestrial pattern. It'll soon be that time again for the hoppers, so I figured I'd tie you a hopper pattern here. And this is pretty much the simplest hopper pattern you can tie. It's not one of the more complicated patterns, so I figured I'd tie this one for you first. It doesn't have legs like all the rest, and it's not one of them fancy foam hoppers. I mean, I tie those as well, but I figured I'd do this one for you. It's much easier, and it is an effective pattern for a hopper. So it's just called the letort hopper. So I'll get him a device, a fresh hook in, and we'll get started here. Okay, the hook is a 9671 size 12. I'm tying them on. So we'll get that hook in the vise here and locked in. Okay, my thread is UTC 140 in a tan color, 140 denier. So we want to start that thread about 3 eye lengths behind the eye this time, and we're going to put a thread base on here, touching wraps back to about the bend, and we'll get back here and we'll snip that tag end off, just like so. Okay, now the original pattern called for yellow dubbing for the body, but I'm going to use a light olive that matches more of the hoppers that I see a lot of times. So we're going to take some wax here and wax our thread up. And I got some fine and dry light olive dubbing here we're going to use for the body. So we'll get ourselves a dubbing noodle started here. So we'll start dubbing on a noodle, nice long slender noodle here. Let's get it nice and tight on the thread. Okay, down a little bit more. Okay, we'll wrap this on, see where it brings us on the hook shank here. Okay. You don't need an overly thick body here, but a fairly decent sized body on him. Okay, I need some more here. A little more wax on the thread, some more dubbing, and finish this body up here. Yeah, it'll soon be that time again for hoppers. That's one of my favorite times of year is when the hoppers are out fishing. I love hopper fishing for trout. A lot of fun, and you can get some really nice trout on them as well. Okay, that should finish us off right there. That's good. Okay, now I'm going to throw in a little half hitch here, just for security. Okay, now our next is our overwing, which calls for molted turkey, and instead of molted turkey I'm using molted peacock quill. It's got a really good molded coloration, the same as your turkey, but I kind of like this a little better, so I'm going to use that. And lay that flat on top, and you want that wing to come back just a hair beyond the hook bend. And we'll bring that up. Make a couple loose wraps first, make sure it's right on top where we want it. Then we'll snug down and wrap back on that, keeping it right on top, just like so. Okay, and I'm going to come in and snip off the excess here. Okay. Okay, now I want to wrap back a little bit farther on this wing, right about to there. And I want to check it, see if it looks good. Everything looks fine. Okay, next step is our deer hair collar, and I have some deer hair in the stacker already, so I'm going to even that up. A few taps here. Okay, and you want your collar to come back about to almost to the end of the your wing, so I'm going to measure that up here, and I'm going to trim that. Okay, I'm going to place that on top here, a few stragglers there, just like so. One loose wrap, two, then pull snug down, and I'm going to make one more wrap through that, give it a nice snug pull, just like so. And I'm going to pull that all back. There we go. And there's our collar. Just like so. Okay, now we want to cut one more small bunch of deer here. Spin for the head. Not too much, about half a pencil width. And I'm just going to comb the underfur out of this here. Any loose hairs out. And we don't need the tips this time, so I'll trim those off. Okay. And I'm going to pull that back, push back on that just a bit before I bring this here in. And we're going to go right on top here. Make one loose wrap, two. Push down my thumb, let that spin around the hook just like so. Make one or two wraps. Snug down. And there it is. Now I'm going to bring my little hair packer in here, my loon hair packer, and I'm going to push that back just a bit. Okay. That's fine, just gives me enough room to make a whip finish. Just like so, a couple turns. I'll bring in my whip finisher here. And we'll whip finish this guy off. 3 to 4 turns is good. Okay, there we go. Snug that down good. I'm going to come in and snip that off. Okay, there he is. Now comes the trimming part. Now I'll just keep him in the vise for now for trimming. Here. Okay. Now I'm just going to trim it sort of a square shape here, all the way around. Just like so. Just take your time, you won't cut anything that you don't want cut. Got the wrong scissors here. Just like so. Trim that up there. Okay, and I'm going to come in on the sides and trim this up. And on the bottom, just like so here. Okay. Trim that flat on the bottom. Let's get those hairs out of the way here. Trim a little more of that collar out. Just like so. There we go. Just about got her here. Okay. Get some light going here. There we go. I think you can see that go right there. And I'm just going to trim that little head a little bit smaller down. Okay. Just about done here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Hoppers don't have perfect shaped heads. That's for sure. Okay. So there we have it. Another size 12 letort hopper. A very simple but effective hopper pattern. That's why I figured I'd tie this guy up for you first. So, like always, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I thank you a lot for watching. And if you're a new viewer and you haven't subscribed yet and you'd like to see more flies that I tie in the future, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that a lot. And I hope you can tie this guy up and give him a try soon when they start taking hoppers. So I'm going to see if I can give you a little close-up here. Yeah, I forgot to focus up there a little bit. There we go. Like I was saying, a very simple fly to tie, but very effective. So, thank you for watching. This is Hugh, signing out for now. Happy tying, everyone. We'll see you again soon, folks. So long for now.